Can't for the life of me. Oh, there's my other headlamp. I find stuff I can't find when I'm not looking for it. And then when I want something, I can't find it. I can't for the life of me remember what I did with the tripod selfie stick that I used to use with my old Kyocera. But while we're waiting for the tortoise and the snail here in January, molasses in February, to drain back into the gas can, because I can't get the can's in the way to get to all the other stuff to disconnect from the heater. Really glad it ain't raining or snowing yet. I'm glad that ain't happening until way later. Projects like this are never quick, at least not for me. No. Yeah, the bearded nomad, if it wasn't for bad luck, he'd have none at all. I keep contemplating, do I want to set up the new fuel tank, but I don't believe I have any. I don't think I have any metal hangers here in storage, so I wouldn't be able to get the petcock. I guess it's a petcock, I guess, even though it's not a valve. Most petcocks are valves, but the fuel nipple, I don't have any wire that I could use to get that fuel nipple down through a hole. So that wire ain't gonna be strong enough. No, and then one other thing I was thinking of, since I got time, I figure I'd do another video segment here for you. Just a heads up, in case anybody ever thought about it and but hasn't looked into it or tried it. I really wanted to put another control unit for the heater. I really wanted to put. Come on now. Oh, goodness. God, I'm getting stiff. I really wanted to put another one of these back at the bed. So that way when I was in bed I could see what the temp is, and if I wanted to adjust it, turn it off or turn it up, I could. Now when I ordered the very first diesel heater back 4 years ago, when I ordered it, there was an option for an extension wire to extend the distance. It would just plug right into the factory plugging, and it was an extension. And I didn't get it. Thought, at the time I was very, well, like now I'm, tight on money. So, even though Van Life was supposed to fix that, yeah, nuts. Yeah, not so lucky. So, anywho's, yeah, that's another. I'm not getting into that. I didn't buy it at the time because I was on a very tight budget to do the van build. I got a good deal on the van, so I had enough money. Instead of having to save up to do the van build, I had just enough to do the bare necessities. But I didn't have solar. I was only charging by alternator, and then shore power. I didn't have the heater at first. The heater came. I got the heater. I saved up, and got the first heater. It was already getting cold. Needless to say, I was sleeping with fully clothed on and hoodies and a beanie and 3 blankets for a little bit. But then I finally, I made the sacrifice and because at that time I wasn't making squat where I was working. I was making way less than I am now. But I made the sacrifice lack of food for, less meals in a week, or 2 or 3 weeks, and got the diesel heater. Now the first one, like I said, it had the option to buy that extension, and I thought, no, I'll get that later when I have more money. Well, later on, when I went to go look to try to buy that extension so I could move the control panel back by the bed, I can't find it anywhere. It's not on any of the sites that sell these Vevor heaters, or Vevor, however they say it. I'm not sure. I have yet to be able to find that extension wire that's factory made to plug in and work. I can't find them anywhere. I know when I do recall it was quite pricey, which is why I didn't order it when I ordered the first heater. Now they don't even have them. So apparently they weren't selling well enough, and they just gave up and discontinued it or something. I don't know. But I thought, well, I got wire here. I could easily wire. I know it's just simple wire. It's not like, if you splice in an extension, it's not going to affect how the heater works, how the control panel works with the heater. If they were selling an extension that went 10 feet more or 20 feet more, whatever it was, to get, which it was intended for like RVs where you'd put the heater at the back, but you'd want the control up towards the front, so I know I could add my own wiring, but to put one back by the bed, but I also like where it is. I like it right in there. I like it that way. So I thought, self, guess what? Could you hook up 2 control panels? Well, I just, before I fired up the camera here, the video for this, oh look, I think my fuel's finally empty. I Googled it while I was waiting for the molasses there to run out of the tank. And apparently you cannot hook up 2 controllers to the same heater. I guess it'll cause major issues. So unfortunately I can't have a control panel back by the bed and one up here in the front. So I guess we'll just leave it up here in the front where it's at, which is fine. That's fine with me. But yeah, so now the tank's empty. Let's see here. Oh, old man getting down. Old man getting down. Oh, goodness. Oh, God. Oh, oh, God. Oh, getting old really sucks. Okay, so all right, now we'll save the diesel so I can put it back in the tank. Of course, never fails. Made one heck of a mess trying to couldn't just get the hose into the damn gas tank right over into the gas can right away. Okay, so now there's a hole that's for the seat. Now there's so my fuel line comes down through the floorboard along with the wiring. I don't remember why I ran the wiring in there. I don't remember. God almighty, I don't know. But anywho, now one thing I did the first time around, and I'm not going to do it this time. I didn't want to cut the fuel line too short because I actually thought I was going to be moving this tank, and plus it was cold when I was installing this, and I was installing it right here, the same location that I'm at right now, at my storage, and it was cold and kind of in a rush. So, but now as you can see, like, you know, there's diesel fuel all over the air intake. There's diesel fuel all over the exhaust. And it's on the frame there, and it's on the frame. At least my frame won't rust right here. Oh, look at that. There's even a drip. There's even a drip right there. So, completely rust protection. But I guess we should wipe off some of the excess. Okay, so now I'm gonna have to unbolt the bracket from the frame there. I'm gonna have to cut a whole bunch of zip ties, and once I get the air intake down and the exhaust loose, then I'll be able to pull the heater up and disconnect, because the hose clamps that are connecting those two onto the heater I cannot get with a screwdriver from under here. So that's where we're at with the taking out of the old heater. It's funny, the fuel filter has fuel in it, and it's not coming. It's a one-way. That's a one-way. Or is it that clogged? It might be. Maybe it's more clogged than it looks. Hard to say. I will let you know in the next one, in the next clip. If it's truly really clogged, we'll determine that and let you know. So catch y'all sooner than later, probably.